Hello, and bienvenidos to In Her Footsteps. I'm your host, Maria Salinas. Today, I'm excited to spotlight Stephanie Parra, founder of All In Ed. Stephanie's story explores how her parents' focus on education and resilience shaped her journey. As fellow first-gen Americans, this will resonate deeply. Our parents' sacrifices made our success possible, serving as a poignant reminder that the American dream remains a tangible reality. Are you ready to be enlightened and inspired? Let's dive into this compelling conversation together.
My parents, mis papás son de Sonora, Mexico, Oscar y Dora Parra. Los quiero mucho. They are the reason why I do this work. My parents came to this country for opportunity, like so many families from Mexico come.
They left Mexico when before you were born? Or?
Yes. Yeah. They started migrating here in the my dad's family in the 40s through the Bracero program.
Wow.
So I grew up around migrant farm labor. And my dad, that's what he ended up doing after he got pushed out of high school. And so now when I reflect back on like why he ended up in the path that he did, where he didn't get to graduate high school, he's now a very successful businessman. He owns his own agribusiness company, but it took him 30 years to build that up, to go from labor to the business side of agriculture. I remember being as young as 5 years old going out to the fields with him, and it was like a scared straight moment. Me quiso enseñar el trabajo that he was doing. And he would tell me, like, if you don't want to end up here, you have to go to college. And so he pushed us so much to put our academics first. And they're the reason why I went to college, why I have my graduate degree. It's because of my parents. They motivated and inspired me. And I think now, like looking full circle, I work so closely with parents and caregivers because I know that they need you. They need us. Like kids need to have their parents be there for them, be advocates for them.
Stephanie is proof of parents' transformative power. It's the unbreakable spirit they instill that drives us. Does her story resonate? How have family sacrifices shaped you? Tell us below. Next, Stephanie will share her insights on the critical role of lifelong learning. As we often say, education is crucial for sustained success.
I absolutely think that we have to do more in incorporating these practices into education. So I can give you a couple of examples. And one thing that I say, like, if we taught kids how to read, we are so focused on teaching and learning, right? Reading, writing, and arithmetic. But we don't teach kids just basic self-love and how to breathe, how to calm themselves down. And there's a mental health component to this. There's a lot of research that tells us that if we were to incorporate that, guess what? Academic achievement would actually go up.
Oh my God, Stephanie.
We have to start it at a younger age. Yes. You know, they say there was a monk that I was reading from, and he said, like, if we taught kids how to meditate as young as 8 years old, we would eradicate violence and war in the world, because people would be more compassionate, less judgmental. They would be able to communicate effectively. And I think right now, when you're talking about this breakdown and collapse in our society, it's because people don't know how to talk to each other anymore.
There's a lot of everything comes down to communication.
Communication is so critical, right? And so being able to take care of yourself first, I think that for me has been such a critical component of my own personal development. And I think because I've been able to fill my cup up, like the outcomes that I'm now getting as a leader of an organization has been tenfold because I put myself first. And so moms especially, you know, please take care of yourselves.
Yes.
And then you can take care of everybody else.
Imagine the impact of nurturing skills like mindfulness in children early on. When did you first embrace meditation and positive self-talk? We Latinas need these reminders to put self-care first. When we prioritize wellness, the rest will follow. Shifting gears, next we'll hear Stephanie's insights on advocacy and representation in business.
So we have grown. When I started, I was a full-time team of one.
Okay.
So I did start very small. We have since grown tremendously. So I now have a full-time team of 10.
Wow,
All of
in
us are
2
in
years.
2 years. Yeah. Yeah. So
Congratulations.
we've grown
And you're a mom?
tremendously. No.
Not yet, not yet.
Depende de un perrito, sí, chico.
Ah, that's good, that's good.
Yes, not yet. But I'm an educator, so I know what it takes to help kids be successful. And this is, for me, it's life's work. It's
Yeah.
it's purpose-driven work and passion work.
100%.
And as we were building our team, that's really what we look for in the folks that join us, that it is purpose-driven work from all of us, because we are all Latino. We're all first-generation college graduates, and we all come from families who, it's because of our families that we
That
got
you went-
successful, that we
Yes.
became successful. So that the story of All in Education in a really short time, growing tremendously, is really rooted in community. It's really an organization that views the Latino community as an asset worthy of investment rather than a problem that needs to be solved.
100%.
And when you look at the history of Arizona, our community, unfortunately, here in Arizona has been viewed as a problem. The demographic shifts have been viewed as a problem that needs to be solved. And we were saying, like, no, we are bilingual, we're bicultural,
Yeah.
we are a resilient community.
asset.
We are an asset.
Yeah.
We deserve investment, just like any other community. And so that's what we're building at All in Education, is we're building the knowledge and the awareness in the larger community amongst our partners, from philanthropy, from corporate partners, foundations. Bank of America supports our program.
Yes.
It's very, very huge, especially here and across the country. You know, one thing that we always say is, like, the school board where I serve on, Phoenix Union High School District, our demographics have historically trended 10 years ahead of the city of Phoenix and 20 years ahead of the state of Arizona. And Arizona is 20 years ahead of the country in demographics.
Wow.
We are, in Phoenix Union, in my school district, we're 90% students of color. We are 85% Latino. And unfortunately, right now, almost 80% of my students qualify for free and reduced price lunch, meaning that they are low income.
Yeah.
So we have to change that.
Yeah.
Because if in 10 years, Phoenix is predominantly Latino and predominantly low income, and if in 20 years, Arizona is predominantly Latino and predominantly low income,
It's going to be a problem.
it's going to be a problem.
Well said, Stephanie. We Latinos are a powerful force, not a problem to be solved. It's so uplifting to see you shaping the next generation of entrepreneurs. As we build community, we must support each other and create our own influential networks. Our time to shine is now. Next, Stephanie will share some invaluable tips on prioritizing self-care for productivity.
I'm going to give one tip that I think is important that we all often overlook. First and foremost, you have to take care of yourself and put yourself first.
Oh, I love her. Yes. Nurture yourself, your soul, and then go for your dream, right?
Absolutely. I can tell you from personal experience, and this was a huge turning point for me in 2018. I was so obsessed with my work that I was giving myself panic attacks and stressing myself out way too much. But I think that sometimes we think that we have to hustle hard and that there's always a grind that we have to follow. But sometimes that grind can grind you into the ground, right? And so we have to be very mindful of that. And so incorporating a self-care routine, it is a daily meditation practice and daily exercise.
Okay.
I also have, since 2018, I'm now a certified yoga teacher.
Wow.
So I teach yoga.
Stephanie embodies ambition, wisdom, and elegance. I'm in awe. Let's take her advice to heart. Self-care isn't optional, it's essential. Shifting gears now, Stephanie will share her insights on the immense power of community and collaboration.
This is the first time I'm leading an organization. So as a first-time executive, I've had certainly a learning curve. I think that my background as a lobbyist, my background in being able to collaborate with people, to talk to people, and to really educate the larger community about the importance of the issue that we're talking about has actually helped me tell the story in a different way about our community and really have us viewed again as assets. And so because of that background and experience that wasn't in business, like the business side of my operation is something that I am learning consistently every day. We are learning how to.
It's not stopping you.
You know, and that's why I think it's so important for women, Latinas who want to start organizations, like really be introspective and look at like why you're starting something. And when you do it with that purpose behind it, that has motivated me tremendously.
Yes. Oh, that's so beautiful.
What a journey we've shared with Stephanie today. Her dedication to education, self-care, and community collaboration truly changed the game. I'm sure she's inspired many of you today. Before we say goodbye, I want to sincerely thank our committed sponsors, the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and Bank of America. Your support for elevating Latina entrepreneurs is invaluable. Much appreciation to our production team at MNW Creative Studios, Identity, and director Rico Moreno for bringing these stories to life. As we wrap up, remember, these narratives are meant to uplift and inspire you. Please like, share, and comment if today's stories resonated with you. And consider joining your local chamber too, where community and resources are there for you. This is Maria Salinas signing off. Keep your ambitions high and determination strong. Until the next time.